Television networks use historical stereotypes of black women such as angry, headstrong, or sexual in present-day reality television shows. I believe the majority of predominantly black reality television shows have a negative impact on black women and also alters the perception of black women and reality. The historical black stereotypes that are present in reality television shows are their Sapphire, which is a bossy, headstrong woman who is always in an ongoing verbal battle with her husband and emasculates her husband through her dominance. The modern-day Sapphire is better known as the angry black woman. The angry black woman not only has verbal disputes with her husband, but verbal and physical altercations with men and women. The Jezebel is a stereotype that represents the undeniable sexual side of black women. The modern-day Jezebel can be considered as a tramp, a trollop, or a whore, and are not only exploited by others, but often use their sexuality to exploit themselves.
Well, I would say, look at the platform, right? Mm-hmm. So the name of the show is Basketball Wives. Mm-hmm. Already I've been put in a box and I'm not allowed to tell my story. Mm-hmm. I have to tell it from the viewpoint of my husband. Or in most of the cases, people say all the time, well, she's not even married. And then we get into these demeaning stereotypes or demeaning just adjectives about women. She's somebody's jump off or side chick or these types of things. So I think we have to be careful about the word platform because a lot of times it's this idea of, I've got my face out there and I can, get a business going or a shoe line or a makeup line, but you have to understand the box that you've already been put in. You're not allowed to tell your own story. So from that standpoint, if you're not allowed to tell your own story, your own narrative, how is it positive? It's already scripted from the get-go. You have to understand that we still live in a society where most people, where you have white people that do not have real contact with black people. They may work with them, they may work for them, you may see them, but if you don't have a real contact with someone, and when I just see you from afar, you're looking like Beyonce, you've got the hair, maybe you've got on, her outfit, and then you see how she acts on stage, then I still think that you are this person. So I think absolutely it affects it because you don't have real contact, with these folks.
After every fight and every argument, it wasn't the cast members of either hit reality show that used image repair tactics. It was the producers of both shows. The producers of both Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives were both black women. Shawnee O'Neal, the creator of Basketball Wives, used her on-air time and online platform to disseminate positive messages, but the damage had already been done. On the other hand, Mona Scott Young is the creator of Love and Hip Hop, and she is unapologetic. In an interview with Hot 97 Radio, Mona states, "'Cause ultimately, I'm producing a show that you hope gets ratings and people respond to. Good or bad, I'm just here to document it."
But I also think about going back to reality TV. Shawnee O'Neal, Shaquille O'Neal's wife, she started this whole Basketball Wives show, and I heard her talk about it where she did not want to be in it at all. Mm-hmm. And the producers were saying, Shawnee, you've got to be in it. Nobody's going to watch it. And there was one season towards the end, and I talked with my students about it, where she's in there with her pastor, and it's finally hitting her because she was in a real business meeting talking about her real business ventures, and they were looking at her and acting towards her. She felt like her character and the people she had surrounded herself with on Basketball Wives, and it caused her to step back and go, whoa, what's going on here? I'm really not that person. And when you watch it, Shawnee doesn't turn up. Exactly. You know, she doesn't really do these things, but if you're in that company, so it absolutely bursts together. Right. So I think you really do see this. You really can see, like you said, in the workforce, people feel like you are going to act this way.
Black women are impacted by these stereotypes because it places them in binary categories for normal life choices, such as black women are either extremely educated or a high school dropout, ambitious or listless, sexy or ugly. A group of students on Delaware State University's campus were asked their views on black women and reality television.
I don't think that black women are portrayed positively in reality TV.
Right. I personally don't like Love and Hip Hop just because of that very reason. Like out of all my friends, like
I can't watch any of
I don't watch it
on reality.
Exactly.
My question is, like we were saying earlier, who's to blame? Who's gonna be the one to stop it all? Like, who's gonna stop it? Like, are you gonna be the one to start your own show and make your own show that's gonna be positive and everyone's gonna follow that route, or is everyone just gonna stop making TV like that? Like, when is it gonna stop and who's gonna stop it?
And you can't even blame like the producers or like the actors, because like we said earlier, it's like a money stunt. So like obviously, like if any of us were in that situation, they offered us, like you said, $500,000, we're probably gonna do it just because it's $500,000. But
yeah, it has to start with the viewers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you blame the viewers of anything.
Yeah, because ratings matter.